How's everybody doing? I wanted to make this update on my long-term recovery. So I'm just going to get into it. I wrote down 10 things that have really been positive and benefiting for me. So as you know, I quit suboxone 6 to 7 months ago, and ever since I've been trying to find myself and learn to live this new life, this new lease on life essentially of sobriety. So one of the first things I do when I wake up is I'll get out into nature. Today I'm out in my backyard, sit next to some plants, actually like get out there and expose yourself to, Mother Earth. I'm not one of these like hippy dippy types, but there is something to it. It's, get outside, walk in the grass barefoot, get to feel, the ground, there's other living organisms underneath us. There's layers to this planet that we're so disconnected from that we need to reconnect with it. So get out in nature, take a walk through your neighborhood, get on a trail, if you have trails nearby, go to the beach if you're near the water or a lake or anything, just get out there. So that's what I definitely would recommend. Maybe plant a garden, I don't know, just do something to, something healthy and holistic. And this is what we've been doing for thousands of years. We just lost touch. We're very integrated in this synthetic digital world now. Concrete jungles, especially if you live in like a big city, it's going to be even harder for you. So yeah, get out in nature is huge. The second thing, I'm doing these in the order of importance. So, and they might be different for you, but this is for me how I wrote them down. So the second thing I want to talk about is socialize. You have to get out and socialize with other people. Do something like reach out to a friend that you haven't talked to in a while. Just send them a, I hope you're doing well. Haven't talked to you in a while. Let's get up and have some coffee sometime, or let's go out to lunch sometime. Let's catch up. Even just send them a thank you for being a good friend or whatever. Just send them a compliment. Those type of things I think are hard for some people. And also getting out of your head is going to help you, is going to enable you to kind of do this, because when you're out of your head, you're able to interact with the environment better. Whether that's people, places, or things, like you're able to just, experience and kind of allow yourself to receive and give back. It's a very important thing to get out of your head, to open your heart, to just, reach out to friends, talk to strangers, be a valuable member to, the people around you. It's very important that you do this. This is something I personally struggle with. I'm a very lone wolf kind of person, and I'm able to just like, feel satisfied and happy just being like by myself a lot of times, which really, end of the day, doesn't fully satisfy me. It's just a habit that I need to break. So this is a big one for me. It might be a big one for you. It might not be. You might have this under control better than I do. So number 3, also very challenging for me, is conquer your fears. So I have a lot of anxiety in large groups. I get anxiety in loud environments. I get anxiety approaching people, especially women. Which is funny, because when I was on Suboxone, I was so disconnected that like I didn't have as much trouble, in the sense that like I would just do it because I was like high all the time, and I didn't really think about the fact of rejection or looking stupid or saying something stupid, which half the times I would say something stupid. I'm way more adept now in my sobriety to have a good, wholesome conversation. So yeah, I mean, approaching anxiety, another thing that recently hit me. So I'm 34 this year, and I know that's not old. Like, a lot of people watching probably think like, oh, you got your whole life ahead of you, and you're still so young and all that stuff, which I agree. I'm definitely still young, but I just came to the realization of aging. You know, I'm starting to see myself age. My body doesn't recover as fast. I have a herniated disc injury in my neck, and these things really are kind of eye-opening, and will they'll put things in perspective. So I've been reading a book on I read a book on addiction. I read a book on Buddhism, and just trying to find tranquility and stillness with all the chaos around you, all the things changing, your body changing, aging, you know, the inevitable future of your death, you know, all these things that like sound scary and are uncomfortable topics. Like, it's important that you don't let this fear fester, and get out there and read some books on this stuff. Really understand it, because other people have gone through it, and you know, that which you don't understand you fear. So get out there and get some books on, you know, finding stillness. Get some books on overcoming addiction, right? That's really all I have to say about that. Number 4 is also hard for me. So like, I'm a very serious person, and it's, you know, I've held on to that identity because it's helped me get to where I am today. Without my seriousness, I wouldn't be, you know, where I am today, and I'm in a pretty good place. Like, I have pretty nice things, and I have a pretty decent life. Nonetheless, my friendships, my romantic relationships haven't been the best, and that was, a lot of it was from insecurity, feeling less than, not as valuable, you know, just an overall kind of lack of socialization. So in order for you to, you know, really get out there and make good connections, you need to learn to smile, you know, learn to have a laugh with people, be lighthearted, you know, go to some comedy shows, do things that, and this might be different for you. You might be the opposite. Like, you might have lived that life where you put career and money on the back burner, and you put friendships, relationships on the forefront of your life, where I did the inverse. So, and that might seem easy to some people, but it's harder for others, you know. But yeah, just learn to laugh. Like, when you're with people, just be playful. You know, if there's something funny to say, just say it. Don't overthink it. Just let yourself open up and let yourself be vulnerable. You know, it's through showing laughter and through smiling and just all that. That's where you get to really show people who you are. You know, seriousness and business, that's just like a numbers. It's a logical game that doesn't tell you anything about a person. It's something that we all have to do. You know, it's in order to live in a capitalistic society. You know, you have to do this stuff if you want to live a good life. You don't want to be homeless, and you don't want to just be like crashing on people's couches when you're younger, and then when you get older you realize that, like, you know, you're not going to be in a good place. So learn to smile, have a good laugh, you know, go to comedy shows, be lighthearted, don't be afraid to tell jokes around your friends, and just have a good time. That's a huge one. Number 4. That was number 4. So these next couple ones are going to be about more of the physical thing, the physical aspects of withdrawal. So in the early, kind of the earlier period of my suboxone withdrawal, let's say within a month or 2 after I stopped using suboxone, I was doing a lot of ice baths and cold showers. So I actually quit suboxone in October. So as the weather was getting colder, I was coming off suboxone, which worked out good for me because the winter just slows down for me. So I had more time to, to take off work and to spend time with myself, give myself space to heal. But I would use these cold showers because the water in the wintertime, even here in Florida, is about 55 degrees. So yeah, I would do these cold showers every morning, and I would literally do them every single morning. I'd go on a run, and then I would do a cold shower. If I didn't go on a run, I would do yoga, or I'd go to the gym, or I would just go on a really long walk, and then I would do the cold shower. The reason this stuff works is it activates your sympathetic nervous system, right? You go into this like mini shock. And that shock lasts for maybe a minute total. So you get a minute of this really uncomfortable, painful experience, right? Cold water, it's not just cold, it actually physically hurts. Like you feel it in your muscles tense up, your bones hurt. But then once that feeling, once your body is in there, the shock's over. When you get out of the shower, you activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the rest and digest. So it's that same feeling that we're used to as drug addicts, that especially opiate users, that releases when you do any kind of opiate. You get that nice kind of, oh, I just fit today. I fit in the world. I'm relaxed. I can be here. I can sit with myself. That type of feeling where you're just comfortable in your skin. So cold showers, ice baths work really well for that. And another added benefit is right before you get in an ice bath, you have to conquer. It's like a small achievement. So it's going to enable you throughout the day to be able to handle challenges better. If you get in really cold water, especially an ice bath, which where the temperature is around 40, 35 degrees, just by you psychologically overcoming the fear of cold water, getting in first thing in the morning, as the day goes on, these challenges arise, you're just going to be better prepared to handle it. So yeah, that's the ice baths, cold showers, super important. And obviously exercise, this one is just like a given. Just get out there, exercise, go to the gym, do yoga, whatever, play basketball, do something. I know like pickleball is all the rage now, so get out there with some friends, play some pickleball. Just anything that gets the body active, gets the mind and the body connected is going to be super helpful, right? So yeah, I don't need to talk much about that. Everyone knows exercise releases endorphins, releases dopamine. Yeah. Number 7, so this is something that I struggle with quite a bit. I take a lot of time as I am going about my day, and I will just freeze up and have a thought. And I could be like, I could be in my car, I could be at my house, I could be talking to people, and then my mind will just cling on to a thought, and I'll freeze up and I'll just start, especially if it's a negative thought, I'll just sit there and think about it. And it almost like really messes me up because I'm not able to like get out of my head, right? So one thing that I do now is, and you guys might already know about this, but in order to, an easy way to get out of your head, a really fast way you can do it is just just name things in your immediate environment. So, whether you're still in your house, just name like things on the wall, like, artwork, things on your shelf, like just name anything in your immediate environment. Like, it could be anything. It could be like brick, deck boards, grass, trees, fence. There's my dog. I'm wearing a watch today. I'm sitting next to this plant. I forgot what it's called. Doesn't matter. I'm sitting next to this other plant. Getting out of your head, it forces you. I don't like using the word force, but it takes you out of your head. It brings you into the moment, right? And when we're in the moment, we're able to live life. When you're in your head, you're not living life. You're living the idea of life. So, yeah, be in the moment. Super huge. That's one that's helped me a lot. So, yeah. On to the next thing. This is one that is probably not the most important, but it is an integral part of changing yourself and overcoming this like habits that we had as addicts. So when I was on suboxone and other opiates, I kind of let my house get messy, and it felt fine at the time, because when you're high, you feel good and you feel like everything has a place, even though it's like a complete mess. So yeah, take time every day to clean your house, clean your car, organize your office, organize your workspace, organize your garage, just whatever the thing is that you need to organize, get in there and just do, even if you just do like 5%, 10% of it, just do something. And it's gonna take a lot of this baggage off your mind, because when your space is clean, you're able to focus on yourself and not worry about your messy house or your messy car. Like I said, just take some time to organize your life. This is all part of feeling and being available to people, where your life is taken care of, and you have the time, the space to give to other people, right? To give to yourself. Read books. You're able to sit down and study. You're able to, learn about yourself. So yeah, clean your space, organize. Even if that means paying somebody, like if you have money, like if you worked really hard like I did in your early years and you have some money, like use some of that money to hire somebody to clean the house, to to mow your yard, or whatever that thing is. If you need to take your car to a detailer, just start doing these things that are, seem pointless. I know it seems pointless. It's like, that's not going to better myself, but it's all compounding, right? So yeah, that's number 8. The last 2 here. So this is another integral part of kind of getting out of your head and being one with, your present self, being honest with yourself. So learn to sit still. This one's really hard. In our modern day society, our modern day culture, nobody sits still. If we're not on our phones, we're, having to run errands. If we're not, doing something, we're thinking of another thing. If we're not working on the computer, we're checking Facebook. It's just like, there's so many distractions now. And a lot of it is from the cell phones, right? Because that thing is with you no matter where you are. Modern culture essentially breeds a state of unrest, right? And then, like, I can go into categories. So then you have your phone, right? Well, what does that enable you to get into? Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all these other outlets that people have, right? So, and a lot of this is entertainment. So humans, as you know, we look for the path of least resistance, and the path of least resistance is getting on social, watching a YouTube, you know, watching some short reel on something that's not gonna change your day or benefit your life in any way. So yeah, learn to sit still. Get away from your phone. Just meditate, lay down. You know, just sit up sometimes, whatever's comfortable for you, and meditate for at least 10 to 15 minutes. One of the things that has helped me, I don't know if you know who Sam Harris is, but the Waking Up app is really, really big. Waking Up app is huge for a guided, kind of like a guided meditation. It's going to help you meditate for you know, in your early, like when you're a beginner basically. So yeah, Waking Up app, Sam Harris. I don't know why that was so hard for me to say, but yeah, Waking Up app, a great resource. So the last thing on my list here is something that a lot of people don't do for themselves. So, you know, depending on how long you were on opiates, on drugs, give yourself time. Be patient with yourself. Learn to forgive yourself. Learn to love yourself again. You know, enjoy the process. Open your heart, right? Open your heart to receive. You know, this is all part of like integrating back into society. And then be honest with yourself. So I don't, you know, I'm not going to judge you. No, these days, like, no one's going to shame you for all the wasted years or whatever, however you word it in your head. Like, we all have addictions. People have things they don't talk about. As someone that has gone through withdrawals and has gone through recovery and is going through recovery, that's one of the bravest things you can do. And I guarantee you, like, if you feel shame about your previous use, like, there's people out there that probably have more shame than you do, but they just don't talk about it. And in your mind, you think that you're, you know, like, that you're somehow beneath them. So yeah, be patient with yourself, forgive yourself, allow time to heal, open your heart, just be willing to accept who you are right now in this moment. You know, we're all a work in progress, and it's okay. It's fine. It's not a bad thing. So yeah, those are the 10 things that I just wanted to get out there. You know, let me briefly touch on number 9 again here with the learn to sit still. So as addicts, we're always moving. We're always, you know, unable to sit still. We're looking for our next fix. We're kind of just like restless people, right? So meditation, you know, is a great practice for this, because it puts you in the mind space of having to sit still to meditate. Reading, whether, you know, you have to sit with yourself and read a book. Studying, whether that's like, you know, and when I say studying, it could be journaling, it could be, you know, doing something, some kind of project for work, or even maybe it's something that you've always wanted to do, like learning guitar, learning to play an instrument. Maybe you wanted to do, I don't know, poetry or theater, acting, or, you know, something. Now that you're clean, all these things you start thinking about, man, I can do this now, I can do that now. So yeah, this is all part of like sitting still and focusing down and becoming a more wholesome, happy person, right? You're actually experiencing the world, you're integrating, you're out of your head, you're interacting with other people. This is all a beautiful part of sobriety. So yeah, I touched on everything there. I really wish you guys the best, and you know, I really felt the urge today to make this video. I felt this in my gut, something that I needed to put out there, because these struggles are real, and I want to put a resource out there for people that are going through the same thing. And yeah, please feel free to reach out, leave a comment, and with that, I'm going to sign off. Peace out, guys.